Good morning, my name is Saul Hernandez. I'm with the Public Affairs Office at the U.S. Embassy in Prague. Our guest today is Dr. Michael Baun from Valdosta State University. Dr. Baun is a specialist in transatlantic relations, and you've done some research both on the EU and the Czech Republic, it appears. You've had an opportunity to be with us already for a little bit of time, had a visit to Valdosta State University in Olomouc and to Tomáš Bati University in Zlín. Can you tell us a little bit about what you've seen so far and who you'll be meeting with during the rest of your visit?
Well, I've been here, it's a fairly short visit, unfortunately, so far I've had a chance to spend 2 days in Olomouc at Valdosta University, and there I spoke to 3 groups of students mostly, gave three lectures, one on U.S. foreign policy in the age of Obama, talking about new directions for U.S. foreign policy with the new president, and then a second lecture on U.S.-Europe relations under the Obama presidency, what the prospects are for those, and then the third lecture dealt with the U.S. and the eastern neighborhood of the European Union, and what U.S. policy has been and may be in the future towards that area. So. In all 3 cases, I had wonderful audiences, very interested groups of students and faculty in Olomouc, and then after the 3 lectures in Olomouc yesterday afternoon, I drove to Zlín, and then met with a very good crowd of students, a very big and enthusiastic audience, and spoke to them about U.S. foreign policy under the Obama administration. So it was a very nice experience there as well.
Okay, and you're looking forward to having another meeting with Charles University later today?
And today I speak at Charles University, and going to be talking about U.S.-Europe relations. So looking forward to that very much as well.
Okay, and what are some of your impressions about how the Obama administration might be moving in terms of its relationship with the European Union? Obviously, we're looking forward to President Obama's visit next weekend.
Yes, this is a good time to be here for me because there is a lot of interest right now in the president coming, and of course there was a lot of interest in the U.S.-Europe relations and improved relations with the U.S. Ever since the election in November. This has been a big turning point, I think, in many ways for U.S.-Europe relations and the way that many Europeans view the United States. I think President Obama is very popular here, and I think many people in Europe, as well as many in the United States, see this as an opportunity to really significantly improve our relations that were strained a bit in the last several years. And there's a lot of interest right now in the Czech Republic and in Europe, not just about American foreign policy, but also about politics in the United States itself. I got a lot of questions in my talks. I got a lot of questions just about domestic politics, because people are very interested in what's going on in the United States. But certainly it's a good time to be here talking about the U.S. and about U.S. relations with Europe.
Okay, fantastic. And we were talking a little bit before we began the interview that we're both Georgian natives to a certain extent. I can't claim that I'm actually a native because I've only lived there about 12 years or so, but can you tell us a little bit about Valdosta State University and how the connection is between Valdosta State University?
I'm not a Georgian native myself. My father was in the Army growing up, so I was a so-called Army brat, moving around. And one thing led to another, and I ended up in Georgia to go to undergraduate school at the University of Georgia, and always liked it a lot. And then after graduating from the University of Virginia, and I had a chance to take a job down in Georgia, I really jumped at it because I really love that state and that part of the country. So I'm a transplanted Georgian, and
just like me.
I've adopted the state, I guess, as my home. But Valdosta State, we're a fairly small school, I guess, of 12,000 students, but we're growing. And we're a regional university, meaning we service primarily a particular region of the state of Georgia. Not a major research university, certainly, but we do have a lot of interesting programs that deal with international relations and deal with universities in other countries. And my own particular department, the political science department, we got a grant from the State Department, as it turns out, back in 1999 to develop over a 3-year period relationship with Valdosta University in Olomouc and with the Department of Politics and European Studies there. And so for 3 years we exchanged faculty, and I had a chance to go there and teach, and a lot of my colleagues did as well, and many of the Pawlowski faculty from the department came in and taught at Valdosta State. And then we helped them also develop one of our specialties is public administration, and they had a weakness there, and we helped them to develop the program in public administration at Pawlowski. So that was the beginning of our relationship, and then that grant ended in 2001, I believe, and we've kept the relationship going in other ways. One thing we do is we have a study abroad program where every year we take 25 to 30 students, mostly from Valdosta State, but also from other schools in Georgia. And we come in May to the Czech Republic. We spend three and a half weeks in Olomouc. We also do field trips to Krakow and to Budapest and to Vienna. And of course, we spend time in Prague. And that's a very good experience for our students. And then also myself and some of my colleagues there, we have research contacts with the faculty at Olomouc. So I do a lot of work with Dan Marek, who's a professor at Valdosta University, and we do a lot of things together, a lot of publications and research together. Yeah, so some of my other colleagues do have some research partnerships with people there as well. So it's been a good, fruitful relationship between our schools.
It's great to hear about those relationships, and hopefully they'll be successful and move forward. So we're very, very happy once again to have you here, to host you in the Czech Republic, and hope that the rest of your visit in Prague goes very well. Thank you very much. This was Dr. Michael Baun with us today, and this is Selwyn Mendes with the U.S. Public Affairs Office at the U.S. Embassy.